Hello and welcome to Cần Thơ News of Cần Thơ Radio and Television Station. Here are today's headlines. Secretary of Cần Thơ City Party Committee worked with the Party Committee of Cần Thơ City's business sector. The opening of the thematic exhibition Điện Biên Phủ Victory, Vietnam's Strength in the Ho Chi Minh Era by the Military Zone 9 Museum. Top news today. On May 3rd afternoon, Secretary of Cần Thơ City Party Committee, Mr. Nguyễn Văn Hiếu, worked with the Party Committee of Cần Thơ City's business sector on the implementation of the first quarter resolutions.
The Business Sector Party Committee's priorities for the first quarter included encouraging political and ideological education among party members and employees, as well as leading and guiding the Red Roots Party Committee to swiftly and seriously carry out the party's resolutions and directives, as well as the laws and regulations of the states. Secretary Nguyễn Văn Hiếu expressed gratitude for the City Party Committee of the business sector's first quarter accomplishments and stated that the committee is still reviewing the term resolutions targets to develop an implementation plan that will yield high-achieving results. Additionally, the committee needs to pay close attention to the training of grassroots party members, assist grassroots party committees in planning sale events, and establish a conducive environment to guarantee material compliance with rules. Establish strong ties with businesses in export processing zones and extensive industrial areas to foster political groups within businesses.
On May 4th morning, the Military Zone 9 Museum held the opening of the thematic exhibition, Điện Biên Phủ Victory, Vietnam's Strength in the Ho Chi Minh Era, aiming to celebrate the 70th anniversary of the historic Điện Biên Phủ victory, May 7th. Three sections make up the exhibition: Echoes of Điện Biên, the decisive strategic fight, and building the people's position. The exhibition, which features more than 200 photos, records, and relics, affirms the Vietnam People's Army expansion and powers, as well as the party's right and innovative course of resistance. It also helps spectators comprehend the significance, grandeur, and immense historical value of the Điện Biên Phủ victory. From there, inspire national pride and patriotism, carry on Điện Bien's legacy, and chronicle the valiant history of Vietnam People's Army in support of constructing and defending the fatherland. On the afternoon of May 3rd, the City Department of Industry and Trade coordinated with Ninh Kiều District People's Committee to work with Việt Thành Garment Export Company Limited and West Food Import-Export Processing Company.
The two companies suggested that the city administration continue to foster an environment that is conducive to business export and execute sensible solutions to adding social and economic stabilization. The government must keep pushing investment promotion programs, connect and expand international channels, and expeditiously implement infrastructure projects for urban development. The Department of Industry and Trade acknowledged the challenges faced by enterprises and invited them to devise solutions to construct production and business strategies for 2024. They also pledged to support and foster favorable conditions for firms engaged in operations and exports.
The organizing committee of the second political essay contest on protecting the party's ideological foundation, Cần Thơ City in 2024, just met to implement the task of the contest. The contest organizing committee has been in place up to this point, carrying out the guidelines and plans and encouraging propaganda efforts. The organizing committee is currently establishing the jury board, competition secretariat, and competition service department, track and comprehend the development of the implementation work, the receiving and evaluation of the works at the facility before submitting them to compete at the city level. The competition steering committee's departments will construct a scale in the future and scoring guidelines for every category, categorize works by genre, arrange for prize distribution and adjudication, all the necessary paperwork and guidelines to enter tournaments at the central level. At the Military Zone 9 Museum, last time, each Army officer, staff has registered to learn and follow Uncle Ho's example, striving with the responsibility and task assigned consistently from cognition to action, with the high sense of responsibility of each individual and collective unit, Every year, the Military Zone 9 Museum excellently completes its political task, propagates and educates the tradition of armed forces of the military zone, the revolutionary life and career of President Ho Chi Minh, with many domestic and foreign delegations visiting the museum for sightseeing and learning.
The Military Zone 9 Museum is currently managing and displaying over 74,920 documents and artifacts related to the resistance war against French colonialism, American imperialism, the Southwest Border Defense War, the implementation of international duties to help Cambodia, and the renovation period. When visiting the museum, visitors learn more about many reconstructed models, such as the pair of buffaloes pulling cannons in the legendary Tân Vu victory in 1948, outdoor war exhibits such as the M48 tank taken over by our army in the general offensive and a breaching in the spring of 1975.
The most significant transformation in promoting the study and following of Ho Chi Minh's thought, morality and style within the party cell, the effectiveness of advisory work has been enhanced, ensuring accurate, precise and task-specific advice, contributing to improving the quality of political tasks, especially propagating and educating the traditions of the armed forces of military region, as well as the revolutionary life and career of President Ho Chi Minh for the younger generation.
Located within the Military Zone 9 Museum, the Ho Chi Minh Museum is managing and displaying over 15,008 documents and artifacts about the life and the revolutionary career of President Ho Chi Minh, from the khaki suit to the rubber sandals Uncle Ho used, the everyday items and those used in the country's major holidays, images and artifacts showing Uncle Ho's affection for the people, army officers and soldiers of the South, and the Southern people's affection for Uncle Ho are collected, displayed, and carefully preserved here.
I follow Uncle Ho's spirit of positivity, self-study, self-improvement, and enhancing my professional level. To improve the quality of narration for the museum's visitors. In addition, we also learn from Uncle Ho's tolerance and gentleness with on visitor groups to convey the content of the artifacts and historical values, thereby contributing to the education of revolutionary traditions and enhancing national pride for the younger generation. We also complete the tasks assigned by the party, the state, and the military.
I learned a lot from visiting and knowing about Uncle Ho's life and the country's hardship during the war period. I feel Uncle Ho is very brave. Uncle Ho is a great leader. I will follow Uncle Ho's example and strive to study so as not to disappoint Uncle Ho.
Guiding the students to visit the museum aims to educate the traditional culture of the nation for students most vividly and visually. Through this education, the school hopes to help students have a deep understanding of the country, the party, Uncle Ho, as well as nurturing the love for the country of the students. After the students grow up, they will have thoughts and actions for the good of the construction and protection of the increasingly strong and beautiful homeland. When visiting the Ho Chi Minh Museum, I'm so proud to review the historical tradition and remember the teachings of President Ho Chi Minh through four virtues: diligence, thrift, integrity, righteousness. And these four virtues I have applied in my work through studying to improve my professional level, to develop myself. In addition, I also share, create motivation, or inspire students and youth union members. From there, you contribute to studying to improve your professional level, to build and protect the country.
Every year, the Military Zone 9 Museum welcomes about 70,000 domestic and foreign visitors. Through the artifacts displayed at the museum, the story around the artifacts and the experiential activities have brought useful and attractive lessons to students and visitors. That is the result of the efforts in traditional education activities of the Military Zone 9 Museum over the past years.
Coming up next is the weather forecast. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.